ASL Prime League.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Actually, maybe welcome back for the final time, as we are here in the final match of the night, as we have a Terran and a Zerg on Iron Fortress, the first of which, spawning in the top left corner, he is red. He is...
My Insanity, Sacsri.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, our blue Terran player. He has come back from the very brink of defeat, really. This is...
Prime Clan, KeeN.
He is doing something pretty cheeky here, as he has gone for... I believe it was a 14-14. I didn't see the exact drone count, but the only thing that can...
14 gas, 14 pool. Oh boy.
So he's going for just ling speed really early. Maybe flooding a lot of lings, but I thought he was going to go for like the full-on baneling style. But yeah, you need a bit more. I think you need 5. Excuse me, 5 banelings total. Yep.
SCV going to be coming on in, and of course that means that the, let's see, Reaper
like
doesn't turn around. No, the Reaper is just heading on out. I was thinking the Reaper was going to hang back. We've seen lots of Terran players do that when they are thinking that the Lings are going to get it, but he's like, no, I must protect this SCV. Yeah. He gets it. He protects the SCV, gets himself a Ling kill.
He's going to spot that hatchery and say, all right. It's a little bit awkward time for a hatchery, and there's a queen out as well. I think the most scary thing, though, is that he's going to see that the gas has been mined. 100 gas and then pulled out of. So the potential of a giant ling run by while the command center is being taken is a possibility. But KeeN, being a very safe Terran today, is going to make his command center on the high ground.
He is no goofball. He knows what's up. Of course, coming into this match, we've already seen these guys play. For those of you who were here for the very beginning of the day, for the second set in this group stage, Sacsri versus KeeN. Sacsri just like took his glove off, slapped KeeN, and was like, I'll face here now.
That's pretty much what happened, yeah. And they're back here. And Sacsri wants to hit him on the other way with the backhand this time, but I don't think KeeN is going to allow that to happen, at least this easily. You know, it could have been a very, very dicey situation had that command center been on the low ground, but no, it's not. And it's like extra safe against the kind of less than economical build out of Sacsri.
He definitely is a bit further behind than he would have liked to have been. He is going to be taken, it looks like, his third over towards the right. Of course, you wouldn't expect him to take it towards the Terran player. That would definitely be weird, especially on Iron Fortress. But he drops down his third hatch right there. It's not terribly late.
Yeah, it's not too bad, right? Especially because of strange way that he opened. Didn't make any lings with it, though, and this could actually be for a giant baneling bust, but no. I don't think it is. He would have continued to mine gas a little bit earlier, I assume. But getting that third base and dropping the baneling nest, and I just don't know. I see a second gas and I just think of it like that, you know? I'm just very, very excited / curious to see if he does it. Oh my god, he might do it.
He might.
Yeah.
We got Hellions going to be poking up. KeeN already confirmed that the third base was on the way. He confirmed that third hatch. And he's going to be, you know, walking over there. He's going to take a little poke at it, potentially. Not that he expects to kill it. There's this scan into the main base, not revealing all that much. He might see the lings pop. No, the scan should expire just before that, so he won't necessarily see the additional flood of lings. We got 12 more still on the way.
Yep, and he is rallying them. He's going, well, where's he going? He's going back home. Maybe waiting for the next pop of them. But I'd like to see him go and make a few banelings as this all happens. But if he's not going to commit to it, then maybe. But, I mean, when you make that many lings, I think you have to commit to it. He simply
He certainly needs to commit to something. We've got a huge amount of lings stringing down the left side of the map. There's about 36 out on the map with another 26 on the way. 16 banelings. Now this Banshee flies basically directly over them, getting a cancel on one, potentially a second, and a kill once they start morphing in is exactly what KeeN needs. He needs that extra bit of damage. One Hellion nearly getting caught. It will kind of distract these lings, buying just a couple of extra seconds, and the third base is going to be a little bit under assault for KeeN. He's going to need to lift that up, and Sacsri is like, you don't have the power to withstand me. I'm going to morph these banelings right in front of your face. Hellions targeting down so many of the Banes. There's still quite a few lings to actually deal with. This Banshee is doing untold amounts of damage.
There are so many Hellions right now. There are so many Hellions at the moment. This is like the perfect build right now here for KeeN. And he is going to clean it up. Doesn't really take too many SCV losses. 6 in total so far. And even with that Banshee as well, he is able to hold. Wow.
Showing up. There's a bit of a gas bank starting to build. 250 for Sacsri. Does he dump them into Banes? No, he might just be turning around as he drops spores back home. Gets his lair started as well.
Oh,
KeeN has held.
KeeN is held, and not only has he held, but he has a third command center. He's going mech as well. And he still can do damage with these Banshees. So this is great. Remember the last time this happened where Sacsri opened up with a really aggressive opener and then KeeN could not punish it at all afterwards? Just by having these Banshees out on the map means that Sacsri can't focus 100% on just droning and feeling 100% comfortable. What? He's probably going to do it anyway.
It definitely does provide that opportunity, but yeah, he's adding on a fair number of drones. Now, if we think back to Terraform, there was a bit of a mech play by KeeN there. Didn't really work out, unfortunately, for KeeN. So we'll have to see exactly what Sacsri is looking to do. Actually, I believe it was on Coda as well, was mech, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, because then there was I think that was the map with the swarm host, where he was like trying to do something.
It was with the Viper. Yeah, the Viper's getting pulled into the middle of the map and all the spores everywhere.
So 3 Banshees going to be heading in. We'll have to see exactly how Sacsri decides to deal with this mech. You already mentioned that Lair was going to be finishing up, so Overseers are indeed here. Hellion stepping forward, trying to go for that harass at the third, while the Banshees are harassing the natural. Going to get kind of pushed away by these lings. Banshees, again, trying to just rotate out so that they don't take too much damage and get killed off. 3 drones going down, not exactly stellar harass.
Nope. And on the other side, a couple of banelings are going to try to take out Hellions, but they are off creep and they are slow. So an interesting move is that Sacsri is getting baneling speed, something that you don't usually see unless you really want to focus on them in order to deal with the Hellbats. But if you're not going to open up with the mutas into roaches, then just get the baneling speed. Don't have to worry too much about Hellbats, and you can even do some good run-bys with them too. So yeah, it's not too bad of an idea as he does go into it. But remember, he's playing against a mech player after doing semi-failed all-in, I would say. If he pulls this one off, then he's got the juice, man. He's got the juice.
There is the not a supply block, because Transfuse pretty good. 5 additional Overlords are starting, because even without the Overlord, the second Overlord dying, it still was going to be a bit of a supply block. Sacsri, he's adding on that +1, and we've already seen him pump out 25 roaches. Now, in the past, KeeN, some of the previous games that we saw him holding on barely with siege tanks. Eventually, he was broken by Sacsri, but right now, he's pulled a little bit of SCVs to help repair those Banshees, and that DPS from the sky is going to be certainly helpful in dealing with the roaches.
Well, this is the position that he would love to get. Once again, he's been on this third base for a while. Sacsri's climbing up in that supply, but his upgrades are behind just a little bit. It's not like KeeN's going in. Whoop!
Hellion is trying to body block for these tanks, but this is still a lot of roaches which are finally on top of the tanks. With the Queens here, he might be able to target down some of the Banshees, but the Overseer apparently didn't get the memo. He's not here. The Banshees will do quote-unquote unlimited damage from the sky, but of course the question is, do they actually have enough to stop the roaches before they do critical damage. Roaches being stopped by tanks by the natural, but the third has to be evacuated.
Man, I thought that was going to be the push, but unfortunately there was no Overseer, and now there's not enough Queens to deal with those Banshees. And the Roaches have to stop pushing here, and it was a really nice move there from Sacsri. He got 11 SCV kills, rather, but he's still up against his mech army, right? And he has to figure out how to deal with those Banshees. And it looks like it's going to be Hydra. Hydralisk, he tried it last time, and it didn't work as well as he wanted it to when he did it on the first time. When he started getting into like the Vipers and Spore Crawlers and Queens, it seemed to be a little bit better. We'll see if it works out for him here, though. I think
Once again,
is
Hellions going to be looking to just run around the map while Banshees deny the creep at the front. Sacsri did pretty well with creep spread in the past this game. Not so much. He's got a bit of a creep highway kind of directly pointing towards his opponent, but that, of course, means it's that much easier to shut down.
Mm-hmm. And that is exactly what he'll do. You might as well get some use out of the Banshees, right? And round 2 is going to be with +2. I don't know if he has +1 armor, but the thing that I was going to kind of harp on here is if you look at KeeN, he hasn't started his +2 at all for his mech. He started his +1/+1, but he never went for the +2, so I feel like the upgrades in mech are kind of crazy. You get all those siege tanks with upgrades.
But it is certainly a lot of damage output for mech. Hydra's going to be stepping on forward. And yeah, certainly Thors do benefit from that as well. So, KeeN is going to have to deal with this next push. As you mentioned, it may be synced up nicely with 2-2. The Infestation Pit is now starting, so we're going to start to see that later game tech for Sacsri. Trying to push away those Banshees. Somehow KeeN has just managed to keep pretty much all of his Banshees alive throughout this game. Yeah, he hasn't lost a single one.
Yeah, one of them is almost, though, at 5 HP, but it's still got that cloak. And not until these Hydras attack do they really feel have any threat. Looking
First
like
couple of tanks
yeah.
starting to shell that Roach Hydra as they try to walk up this map again. Hellion could be here to help body block and buy a bit more time for those extra tank shots. I guess it's Banshees back in the natural. Yeah, they're starting to know it's actually going to be Hellions trying to clean up drones in the natural of Sacsri, while KeeN defends, and Banshees over at that fourth, killing even more drones.
Yep, not enough of a defense here. Only a Spore Crawler. The Hydras will come, but the Overseer was taken out in that battle. Here comes Overseer number 2. Oh, Banshee number 1 goes down. But now KeeN is pushing. For the first time,
he bought
really
himself
seeing
space.
Yep. He's cleaned up a good amount of creep already, so it's not like he has to walk across a lot.
Oh, bit of a drone massacre there, but really the damage is going to be in these Roaches, which are just stepping forward and clearing out so many tanks. Does he have the numbers to finish this off? Because Hydras are going to be able to get free DPS off on these tanks, while the Roaches absorb so much of the DPS. It's not nearly enough, though, as KeeN stands strong with very few forces left.
Wow, he does stand strong. He has 2 siege tanks right here that are sieged up, with a few more additional ones showing up very soon. And he has continued his upgrades, +2 on the way. But no Vipers able to be made by Sacsri because his Hive is just now about to be finishing. By the time the Vipers come out, he might not even have any units to pull them into. What?
Roaches sniping down a couple more tanks. There's still 1 tank that does remain, and the reinforcements are going to be constantly streaming in for KeeN, so Sacsri needs to crush this right here, right now. He's managed to break it. The Vikings will escape for now. Looks like a couple of Hellions going to be heading towards the natural of Sacsri. KeeN looking for every bit of damage that he can get done. He may just be stopped right here by these Roaches.
For real, this is really nicely done here from Sacsri. The fact that he's able to hold on, he stopped that push in its tracks, and now KeeN, he's mining off of 4 bases, but he has to remake that mech army. He can't do it like he was doing against Polt. Not against this amount of units here. So
the nice thing and the difference in this game to some of the previous ones is KeeN is limiting Sacsri a little bit. He's limiting that drone number, forcing more and more larvae to be used, rebuilding those drones. I mean, if we look at the units lost tab, 22 drones have been killed throughout the entirety of this game. And as you kind of mentioned in one of the previous games, I think it was Coda, but Sacsri was just allowed to make as many bases as he wanted.
Yep.
He was allowed to make as many drones as he wanted, and that led him to just have so many units.
Yeah, it was actually right here on this map, I believe.
Maybe that as well.
With his first roach attack, and then he's just like, all right, well, that didn't work out. It might have been Coda, though. I think he might be right. I just remember Coda was like the crazy one against Mech. But,
You know what? Yeah, you're right. Iron Fortress was game number 1. I'm crazy. I think I thought Iron Fortress was, or Terraform was game number 1. I guess I'm
surprised we haven't seen like Terraform at all today.
Did we see it for one game? I think that was like where KeeN, like Roach busted. Yeah, that was where he unkilled Polt with the Roach Bane attack.
Roach Bane. You're right. Huh.
So back into this game as we reminisce about times past just a few hours ago.
Yep.
More Hellions going to be looking for those run-bys, and Vipers, they are now out. Sacsri was able to make it happen with just 4 Vipers in some of the previous games, so he's going to be looking for that number. He's going to be able to get the yoinks. KeeN, again, he's taking this damage on the front end. He's dealing with it with the tanks while counter-attacking with those Hellions, doing just bits of damage here and there. Actually, I guess they're Hellbats now.
Yep, and they are going to be chasing. Nope, they're just going to go on back home. Oh, no, they're actually, chasing the drones.
Yep, getting themselves a couple of drone kills. Not really something that we saw in some of the previous games by KeeN. He's actually been putting a lot more effort into attacking, into setting up those counterattacks, into limiting or trying to limit the drone count. Sacsri has done a pretty good job of keeping above 70 drones for quite some time. Once again, KeeN is setting up in his kind of favorite position in between the 3rd and the 4th. Going to be catching Hydras as they try to come down for the defense. There's no roaches to tank, which means that the shells from the siege tanks are definitely able to do that damage.
Oh my goodness. +3 attack here on this mech army, just tearing through everything that Sacsri has, who doesn't have any armor upgrades, I guess probably because it doesn't really help you that much when it's this sheer amount of firepower. So yeah, this is going to be the move that I think that gets KeeN the win. Isn't going to be the rematch curse. I'm always baffled, when it does happen, but KeeN might be able to take this game off of Sacsri.
He's in such a strong position. Not nearly enough blinding clouds considering the spread of tanks. Sacsri was able to bust through the first couple of tanks, but really, it's the back-end tanks, the reinforcement, the more than double army supply that he's sitting up. For KeeN, it's enough. GG. KeeN takes his first victory over the My Insanity Zerg, Sacsri.
Gentlemen, welcome back. We are in the final match of the night. Second map, though, could go to a 3rd map. But if this guy wins it, it is going to be the end of the night. So let us give it up for this Blue Terran player.
Prime Clan, KeeN.
While we do have the Red Zerg looking to advance out of this group alongside KeeN. He needs to start his comeback right here, right now. This is...
My Insanity, Sacsri.
Ooh. I was going to say, imagine if KeeN did like a 2-racks right now, but then I realized that Sacsri had been opening up pool first pretty commonly, but this game he's opening up with the hatch first, it looks like.
And KeeN, there we go. There we go. He's actually going to be a CC on the high ground. For a second, he had his SCV rallied down to the low ground. I was like, he's a bold fellow. But places it on the high ground. 14 CC, certainly a greedy opener. I suppose If he drops down a fast third CC, then that's, I guess you could call it a greedier opener, but it's more of a suicide opener.
Put down a fourth CC, then it's like, you are insane, but...
Crazy.
You just done lost your marbles.
Just absolutely insane. But as you mentioned, it is going to be the 15 hatch from Sacsri, so not too wild from him.
No, into the gas, into the pool. Just going to be opening up. It's always something to note how they use the gas, though, because we've seen players just skip on speed and go right into roaches and, you know, do other kind of crazy stuff with it as well. But so far, so good out of both players. Looking like a nice little standard day of TVZ on a beautiful Coda.
Yep, if we get ourselves another macro game, I will not complain. I don't mind seeing cheese games. I don't mind seeing things be mixed up. But there's something about a macro game where you can see a bit more of a range of play from these guys. Attacking, defending, army, split, all of the different stages of StarCraft 2, not just early game aggression. But
Yeah.
Are we going to see a bit of bio play coming out from KeeN? That's something that he hasn't really showed us yet today. We've been more leaning on Captain America to bring us the bio. But now he's gone, so...
We have a Roach Warren coming down here out of Sacsri. This is a response that we saw out of Hydra as well. I forget who we did it against, but just... It was in his group. Heart, I believe. Yes. It was on Terraform where he just made like 7 roaches or so, and was able to just walk right in and just get the win. So it was combined with the Ling getting under the switching factory and the barracks. So maybe you can do it, but if not, then we'll see if it's actually just only takes the roaches to do it.
In this case, it's into the starport. We saw this also kill... I'm trying to remember who in the round of 32. We saw... It actually might have been KeeN against... I think it was Hydra. But a Terran player on Coda just got slapped down by a Zerg who basically went, maybe 8 to 10 roaches and was like, oh, you went fast third CC, so you don't really have any units? Okay, cool, I'm going to kill you now.
Well... That seems to be the name of the game right now. Everyone used to say, hey, CC first, you can't really do too much to punish it, but looking like our boy Sacsri has something different to say about that. He will be able to get a Banshee out, but I mean, Cyber, how much damage is going to get done before this Banshee not only gets out, but actually is able to clean up the roaches?
I mean, when you've got 10 roaches heading across the map, basically nothing inside of this bunker. There may be a unit that hops into there, but it'll be in there for about 1 second before the bunker ends up getting potentially taken out there, or just a lot of SCVs end up going down. So buying time for the Banshee is certainly important, because if there's no time for the Banshee, there really is not anything to stop these roaches.
Nope. And here comes the Banshee coming out. Sacsri coming, he's going to hit that reactor. It's going to be Hellions, not Widowmines, coming out of it, so he is going to just mainly rely on the splash damage of the Hellions to soften them up, and then the Banshee to finish it off. So, not a bad strategy.
SimCity really working nicely against Sacsri in this case. Cancels the cloak. Not necessarily a huge deal, because really, KeeN just wants to survive. He would love the counterattack potential of the additional upgrade, but he just needs to survive right here, and he has done that. Again, as you mentioned, Hellions softening up the roaches for the Banshees to finish them off.
Yeah. And what does he get? 11 workers. And it is not a 3cc build, is it? No. So, it's over there.
Well, now it is.
But now he just put it down.
It's not a fast third CC.
Not a really fast, but it was an early second CC, so... Sacsri kind of do the Hyun approach and go into heavily upgraded roaches, or... is he just doing it to kind of scare KeeN and then go into a more standard approach? Haven't seen him play it this style for a bit.
Of course, the wonderful thing about canceling Cloak is now kicking in, and of course this is the moment where KeeN is cursing the fact that Cloak was canceled. He would have loved to have that, even though Spore Crawlers are on the way. Overseers won't be out for a little bit longer. And, you know...
Yeah, I was going to say, there's nothing at the third, like a
yeah,
or anything.
As long as these queens are here for defense, these banshees definitely need to be careful. You mentioned heavily upgraded roaches. Well, I guess it's going to be more well-upgraded lings as we got the melee attacks coming in. Ling speed considerably later than we would ordinarily see it as well, but Baneling Nest is starting also.
Alright, so maybe a Roach Bane style coming out of Sacsri as he does start that Roach speed. So even though he doesn't upgrade the roaches, they're still there. They can soak up a good amount of damage, and the Banelings lay on the hurt. And he also, I've seen him do it with the Spire and the Corruptors as well. You know, he always, I think, credit Dark for it. I don't know who started it, but Sacsri is a player that I've seen on his stream multiple times go for that style and be pretty comfortable with it. Getting the Corruptors out to deal with the Medivacs, and then just using the Roach and Banes in order to just bust on through, and it can be pretty awesome if you can pull it off, that is.
You do need that very good execution, and we'll have to see, because for now, on the KeeN side of the execution things, those Banshees not quite doing as much as he would like. Yeah, he's gotten a couple of drone kills here and there. He's been a bit annoying. He may even pick off a Roach in the middle of the map, which would indeed be nice, but those Banshees just not paying for themselves yet. It's into mech, of course, so Banshees can always be an admirable part of the mech composition.
Okay, well, no Spire going down here, Cyber, just the Infestation Pit, so no way to deal with any kind of drops if there were going to be any. But, you know, realizing that there's going to be mech, he says, the only kind of drops are going to be from Hellbats, and Roaches do well against them anyway, so, hey, maybe not have to really even worry about them.
One Banshee gets picked off, a second one is getting low on HP, but this Queen will now be cleaned up. Almost gets
so
another
close.
Banshee.
No cigar.
KeeN playing with fire a little bit.
I think Sacsri was just hoping that it was going to be Bio, just like, alright, you had your fun with your mech, you know, let's get back to this, let's get back to the basics, mate, and then, no. Absolutely not, says KeeN. He says, I've had really great success with it. Maybe not, you know, I didn't do it too well on this map, but I learned from it, studied my replay, and it's time. I got my SE2 replay stats, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go, says KeeN.
KeeN was glad for the Between Series break. He just uploads his replays, links his SC2 replay stats account with his Battle.net account. Maybe he even downloaded the application so that they just auto-upload, and then he gets that mid-series stats. He's like, what do I have to do to beat this guy? Yep. It's a secret to success, boys and
It
girls.
really is.
Get on
it. Come see it. I feel like if we say, come see it in action right now, it'll always work, and then like he loses, and it's like, whip.
We may have spoken too soon. Banshee's gonna be taking some pot shots at the Roaches, while Hellions are looking for a better position in the middle of the map.
Oh, looks like they are gonna get a good position. Hydras don't do that great against Hellions either, so they're gonna go on in, get a few. No, more than a few. A lot of drones getting taken out, and are they gonna get away? Say peace out.
That's what we call ourselves an old-fashioned barbecue. Back in the good old country, you want all of those drones. The burrow will not save them as the scan comes down.
They got a lot of kills there. Expendable minerals there for KeeN.
And in the main base, the Banshee's taking pot shots. They're heading for that hive, but really they want to kill off just a couple more drones because it was 19 kills to the Hellion. They're also going to be scouting that, hey, there's some upgrades going on with that Roach Warren.
What does he get? Oh, Tunneling Closet looks like, yeah. Burrowed
Yum,
roaches.
yum, yum.
He got it before, but he never really used them, did he? Like, I remember him burrowing them, and then he just...
Versus KeeN, right? He plays that.
Which are one of the sponsors of the ASL.
That was just like the smoothest thing. But the other side of the ASL sponsorship is indeed going to be Ding It, who is the title sponsor, you could say. And of course, if you looked at the ASL prize pool, then you would know that $2,000 is going to first place for ASL Season 5 Prime League. That's a fair chunk of change. I don't think anyone would turn that down. And so a company like Ding It is indeed putting money directly into the pockets of StarCraft 2 players, and that is just plain cool.
Yeah. Shoop the whoop. Get it, so many sick players, like... Oh, this round of 16 has been so awesome, just the lineup, and the greatest part is that it's not even over yet.
Game resumed.
We still have one more group after this one. Not tonight, of course, but...
It's like already 1 a.m. for us, like, another 5 hours. Let's go.
Oh, boy.
Hashtag passion.
Hashtag passion, indeed.
Yep, we actually, the kind of interesting thing about the way this round of 16 has worked out is Group A is actually going to be the last group played.
Wow, those Hellions first.
Yeah, you're right. Group D, then B, now C, which of course KeeN has already advanced out of, and then Group A. So by the end of tonight, we will know 6 out of our 8 top 8 players, and KeeN, he is definitely looking like he wants to be one of them. Sacsri doesn't want to let it happen as he rushes up here. Roaches and Hydras, a couple of Yoinks coming in, and a couple of Blinding Clouds going down from the Vipers. Key Blinding Clouds over the majority of the tanks, allowing him to step forward and actually engage this cost effectively.
He's actually going to. He's pushing right on through. 176 supply. The Planetary's under fire. Oh, and he's also avoiding fire from those siege tanks on the bottom, the low ground. Planetary goes down. And what a trade. Yeah, that's a perfect trade here. Roach Hydra able to get those beautiful trades that they only dream of, making them reality.
That was almost like the perfect Blinding Cloud cover, and with that just couple of moments, so many of the things that KeeN had been working towards, killing off a lot of drones, keeping up with the macro, suddenly that's all gone by just a really good engagement by Sacsri, and he has earned that. He may be down 0-1 in this series with his back against the wall in the decider match, but he is not going down without a fight.
Nope, that is for damn sure. And getting rid of that 4th base is so crucial against the mech composition. They love to be mining that gas, never letting anybody go and disrupt it at all. Sacsri has something else to say about it because he's moving in once again. He reloaded. Those Vipers, Vikings are looking for them, that is for sure. Those Hydras should just... Oh, damn, that Viper disappeared.
One Blinding Cloud goes down. There's still a couple of other tanks. There's still an overwhelming number of Roaches and Hydras. They're basically stutter-stepping forward and cleaning up tank after tank. The numbers are in Sacsri's favor, almost doubling the army supply of his opponent. The little counterattack on the other side of the map by KeeN is not going to be enough because he has to deal with these forces right here, right now, on his doorstep.
Yep, and he has one siege tank here. The only thing that he was using before, I think, was a Banshee, and I don't even know if it survived. This 3rd base is not surviving. Well, there's a tank here, so it could at least do a little bit. Yeah. Oh, SCVs, no, you do not. No, Hydras are. Oh no. There's one thing you can't survive, and that is Hydralisks.
Oh man, 28 SCVs. Unfortunately, the Hydras did not go into like passive mode and just let that tank shell away at them. Sacsri playing so well, shutting down an additional 33 mining SCVs. Yeah, guys, I know triple orbital is like sick good, but I mean, still losing 33 SCVs that you spent so much money on, never a good thing.
Nope, not at all. And he keeps on getting his 4th base lifted up or killed. His 3rd base has essentially been completely gutted, and his army is just it's only tanks. The greatest thing that, or I would say, I think, if Sacsri will hold that thought, is he's going to push into the 3rd once again. It's too late. GG.
GG.
Sacsri takes game number 2 to tie things up. Here we are. We've made it to the ace match to decide who is going to make it to the round of 8, the playoffs. Will it be this player in the top left corner? He's the blue Terran player, loving that mech style. Give it up for
Prime Clan KeeN.
With some lovely mech-killing unit compositions and game-winning engagements, our red Zerg player has brought it back. This is...
My Insanity, Sacsri.
What a map. We've seen some great mech games on this map. I don't know if KeeN's gonna excuse me, if KeeN is gonna favor it again. He's had the most success with it, but you know, Sacsri is definitely looking to be pretty damn good at dealing with it.
Mm-hmm. Very respectful of his opponent. He sent that drone out on a mission. He was like, "Are you 2-raxing me?
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you 2-raxing? Okay, you're not 2-raxing me? Okay, good."
Yeah, that actually...
12 racks, 12 gas
could've
coming
done
out
it.
from KeeN. I'm kind of sad we didn't see... Oh, no, we saw 2 cheesy games. We saw 2 really cheesy games, so... I have nothing to complain
that
about.
series was about as... Yeah. I don't think that whole series was as long as any of the games that we've had.
I think it was like a, 25-minute game and then like a 5-minute game? Like, ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess the first game did go into, like, Roach. I forgot. I remember 8-Pool. Never forget.
Not particularly long, not a particularly long 2-0 by KeeN. And again, are we going to have our third Zerg player advance into the round of 8, or will a Terran fellow actually make it in to join, not Heart, who's the Terran who's in? Journey. Journey's
Journey.
again.
Yes, last season's runner-up. So...
Ended up losing to Rain, but as we kind of mentioned in another broadcast, all of the previous ASL champions have basically dropped out of the tournament. Parting, Rain, and Masa are all gone.
Yeah. So crazy. Because we were, like, joking about it. Oh, a drone goes down.
Wow.
To a Reaper. But yeah, we were joking about it, and it actually happened. I was like, no. I thought you were trolling me, and then it was like, nope, actually. Rain wasn't able to.
So now we shall see. You mentioned that our buddy KeeN has indeed been liking this mech style. He hasn't necessarily committed to it just yet. He hasn't chosen his tech path, but certainly we can expect it. And I feel like Sacsri is probably getting pretty good at dealing with KeeN's mech style. So I would like to see him mix it up, play some bio. We'll see though.
So let us see. We've been seeing the Roach come out of Sacsri quite a bit, and it's just like maybe he's expecting it from KeeN all the time. You know, it's just like, we know you play mech, man. Like you're not fooling anybody, even if you throw one bio game in the whole series that we've ever, or all of the series that we played. But I'm wondering, what if like Sacsri would have opened up, yeah, like with the 2-base muta instead, but he puts down a Roach Warren.
The 2-base fake Roach Warren into me.
Yeah, now that, my friend, would be so good because of how he's been opening this whole time, you know? Like,
ooh.
He's made it look
That's
like
true.
it the whole time. It's like, hey, guess what I'm doing again? Guess what I'm doing again? And then he goes and he just drops down the spire so fast, skips speed, no turrets are in the main, you know, no anything that can shoot up, and he just wins in the first 10 minutes of the game.
One thing that we haven't seen very much of either is indeed Widowmine drops, which we will be seeing. A couple of Marines, a couple of Widowmines jumping inside of that first medevac and piecing out to the other side of the map.
Alright, well, see how much they can get done here. Oh, going back to pick up 2 more Marines. Yo, man, don't forget about me. But the layers of... Whoa!
Oh,
this is
right
what I was
then.
thinking in my head.
This is
But
crazy.
I was like, I don't know if he'll do it. I
This
was thinking
production
about
tab is the wildest thing I've ever seen. A Nidus Worm and Stim. KeeN is playing bio, and we've got a Nidus Worm.
this. Yeah,
This is unbelievable.
it really is. And
Overlords
even
are being pushed away.
Yep, by the Viking. Overseer going in, knows that layer is complete. Sacsri
Oh,
gonna get dropped
KeeN.
right now.
KeeN hasn't seen it just yet. Widowmines get pulled. If the Marines step up to the north, then they'll actually see the medevac reveals it barely.
Whoa,
He does
yep.
notice.
Not even like it was moving or creating. He knows it's a Nidus Worm, and he's like, oh.
There's the pull of the SCVs. He should get the surround.
He's
may
gonna
be
get
able
it
to
in,
finish it up. No, he does get the roaches out to Queen. Can he get the transfuse? A second one as well. This is a commitment of something or other This is a lot of units pumping on out. SCVs are the primary defensive force.
Yep, and he just needs to get around it, even surround the Nidus Worm himself, just to get those units out. The Queens don't have enough for the transfuse, but is letting out. That one does, and he gets it. Oh!
A third Nidus coming down. Sacsri wants this victory. The medevac dropping these 3 Marines. The defense is terrible for KeeN. He's desperately trying to hold on, surrounding everything.
My God.
What a game.
How the hell did he make that work? It's like not even Legacy of the Void yet.